Welcome everybody to episode 11 of Tales from the Tackle Shop. And Alex is smiling this week.
Do I ever smile?
You were smiling. You have smiled, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I do have to tell you a funny tale. Alex knows this because I did send him a message straight away. But after the last episode, I went down onto my decking.
Mm-hmm.
Had to do a bit of a gardening.
Yeah.
Had to cut the grass because it doesn't stop growing. And I heard somebody go, "Hi, Andy." Thinking, who's that? Turn round and I saw our local legend, Sir Bob, on his favourite peg.
Mm.
I said, "You all right, Bob?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "You got a good tan?" He goes, "Yeah, I've just come out from holiday." I said, "Where you been?" He went to Mauritius.
Nice.
Said, "That must have been lovely." He went, "Oh, I'd rather have been here." What? There? I said, "Yeah, I love it here."
I'd rather be peg free at Benwick, I'm sure of that.
He was clonking out these big roach. And then he says to me, "Send my regards to Alex, won't you? And tell him I've got a T-shirt waiting for him."
Oh.
And you know, Alex knew that was coming because I've been mentioning that ever since, haven't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it was Love You, Simon. Now it's all Love You, Bob.
Love you, Bob. Yeah.
Ooh, Love You, Bob.
that was
Do you want
funny.
a cup of tea, Bob?
I did.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
I said,
Oh, Love You, Bob.
"Bob, if I had any milk, I've made you a cup of tea."
Oh.
He went, "Oh, don't worry, but I must get some special milk in for Sir Bob when he's down on his peg." But he's generally such a nice man, isn't he?
Mm.
We were having a good old chat, but he did mention it several times. Excuse me. "Tell Alex I've got a T-shirt for him."
Well, I ain't had it yet.
Well, no, he's just biding his time, isn't he?
Yeah.
So, did you get a bit of stick about the blank?
Mate. By about Tuesday, I'd sort of got on with a normal life. And then Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, and basically every day since, everyone reminds me of it. Yeah.
Do they?
Yeah, funnily enough. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
I know who you are. Don't worry.
Have you actually administered any T-shirts? Handed out any?
No, it's just an award, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Right, so we've kind of lost impetus with this.
Well, there's a bit of karma because the guy that statistically, right,
There's a clue straight away.
Yeah, he got chip shot the following week in the practice match.
Have people seen the picture that you were sent by this person? Or
No.
by his captain?
Oh, what of him saying one bite?
Yeah, I think we'll put it in about here.
Yeah.
So I got that as well, which I thought was quite funny.
Mm.
So, Andre Agassi, he obviously, karma bit him on the bum.
Yes, it's life's a bitch, isn't it? Yeah, but well done, well drawn.
Yeah, well done. We'll get onto all this later.
Yeah.
We do have to mention our contributors. They're doing a fantastic job, aren't they?
Oh, what?
Contributors.
Oh, yeah.
Have you forgotten?
Yeah, I just wonder what you said.
It's a long word.
lost.
Contributors.
Yeah.
Did I say it wrong the first time?
No, it just sounded posh.
Did it? That's because I'm the poshest man in
Lure
Fenland.
angler.
Yeah, I'm a lure angler. A lure.
Lure.
So we can never talk about what we're going to get each 2 weeks because we don't actually see what we're getting until after we've recorded our bit.
Mm-hmm.
So we can only mention in hindsight. That's the wrong word. I don't know what I'm trying to say. After we get so actually, I want to talk about what we got off them 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Because Chave is always very humorous, isn't he?
Mate, he'll be loving it. Man City beating.
I was going to say
beating Man City 4-0.
he'll be absolutely cock a hoop, won't he?
We might even buy someone a drink. Oh no, sorry.
We won't mention last year when they played City.
Sit there.
At the end of the season, actually, they all wanted them to. Their own fans wanted them to lose, so we couldn't win the title. But we won't talk about that.
No.
We're not bitter.
No.
But Martin Earlham. Now that's funny. When him and his missus must have actually rehearsed or practiced their little skit.
I think they have done, yeah.
Yeah, they've done that. So that's good effort, guys. So I wonder what's happening this week. So when I normally do the editing, I don't normally read. I don't actually watch or listen too much to what people are saying. I just try and chuck it in and put photographs over the top. But now I'm listening intently, going, "What's going on? What's going to happen?
What's going to happen this week?"
What's going to happen?" So we'll have that dropping in somewhere. for the guys' results. And Ben Taylor keeps coming up with all sorts of excuses on the WhatsApp group. What's up with him?
Don't know.
Reckons he's too busy.
Maybe he is.
Have Ossett sacked him?
No, I don't think so.
Has he been blanking as well?
No, I don't. Oh, no, I think it was a couple of times they were close to hard sections where they blanked, but I don't think anyone's blanked.
Oh, right. So we might even get something from him.
One day.
One day, yeah.
One day.
Come on, Ben.
I do think they were league champions again, to be fair.
Have they finished already?
Finished finito.
So he's kind of like...
That's lording it up now, isn't he?
So we might have something from Ben, but again, we don't know.
No.
And Steve Barnett.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a close league.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Him and Chave, they seem to fish each other's waters sometimes.
No.
Isn't there one in particular they share? Or
No.
did I dream that?
No, it's a canal. There's lots of canals in there. I think they were on Way Nav this week, so it'll be interesting to see what
Maybe
results.
it made it up. Anyway, yeah, so they'll be dropping him somewhere, but we can't talk about what they're going to say this week because we have no idea because we never see it until it's too late. Right, have the fen drains picked up anyway? Is it still bad?
Well, results this week and last week are the best fishing we've had all year, really. Just because we're all at March, so that says it all.
But what about generally? What have you heard in the tackle shop? What's the rumour?
The rumour is not a lot about, to be honest. Not a lot. There's a few fish appearing at Whittlesey Dyke on the disabled pegs. There's rumours that there is fish back in Beddick again. So we'll find that out this Sunday when I draw there.
What, in A section?
Probably, yeah. Yeah.
You know what the problem was? You didn't have a light enough rig on.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Done it wrong.
Yeah.
Well, never mind. Must have done it
Your
wrong.
half a pinky rig was
Must have done it wrong, you know.
too big.
The rig I started on was the best rig to catch, but there just wasn't nothing there.
We're not going to dwell on the past. I'm actually getting tongue tied this week.
Yeah, I obviously did it wrong. It wrong. And so March, there's a few fish at March. Good, plenty of fish through the lengths. Benwick's up and down. The weather's been up and down, but how freaky was the weather this weekend?
Well,
what the hell happened?
I went out Friday, and the ice must have been nearly an inch thick on my boat.
Really?
Yeah, on the tarpaulin.
Wow.
It'd been that cold for the previous 2 days, and it was pretty chilly on Friday, and then come Saturday, well, it was 15 degrees, wasn't it?
I was worried about the bait in my van, like really worried.
Really?
Yeah, well, I obviously take bait to the matches, and there's no way I'm going all the way back in the morning to come all the way back again for the draw. So I'm like, nah, it won't be that warm. Anyway, took the bait out when I left work at like 6 o'clock Saturday. I stacked them all up, thinned them all out, and I just got away with it. There was still a few squats escaped and sweated up and different bits and pieces, but it went from like 2 degrees in the morning and just went up and up and up and up, and about 11, 12 o'clock on Saturday night it was 15 degrees.
It was 15 degrees, yeah.
And it was 17 degrees when I got up. Like, what is that all about? Unbelievable.
17?
Yeah.
God.
I was like, wow. Like, I walked to my peg in my waders and a shirt. Obviously, my fishing attire underneath. But yeah, literally pushing all my gear in a shirt.
Well, you are a svelte athlete now, aren't
Well, that's it, yeah.
Yeah.
I pushed it with a little finger like that.
Yeah.
As I went past all the people, like, no. And so, yeah, weather was pretty freaky. It was freezing in the week, like proper freezing, and then Saturday, Sunday went absolutely tropical.
Well, it's Monday today, we're recording it.
I think this week's going the same, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think we're having a real cold week, and then Friday, Saturday's going...
It's not cold, is it? It's just 2 or 3 degrees, but sunny.
Freaky weather.
No, it's freaky.
Yeah.
So I was just... Because I drove over the 16-foot.
Did you?
And I saw this huge crane.
Huge or huge?
Huge crane in the middle of the drain. And it was virtually the width of the drain on a barge. And obviously they're dredging. And you reckon they've done the whole of the middle level already? Or they started?
I think they've done most of the middle level, yeah. And Ray Malley spoke to the guys, and we've had a bit of information, probably why the drains are so clear and low this time for this time of year. And the reason for it is obviously they're doing the work through the week, and they're taking a metre of crap out of the middle level. So the middle level's top 5's deep, which is like 18 foot, I would think. So it's really deep anyway. And they're taking another metre of crap out of there. So that's a lot more water they're going to be able to hold or push through at once. Just because they're working during the week, what they need is a little nice steady flow to take away obviously the silt and push it through and go out of the pumps. So that's why during the week the venues look perfect with flow, not so much colour, but basically what's happened, they've been doing it for about 5-6 weeks now, and everything's just been sucked out of the back drains. Bennick's as low as anything, it's not doing nothing, it's not filling up, it's not doing anything, it's gin clear. And I think the fish are like, whoa, what's going on? This Sunday proved it. We had a bit more rain, bit of colour, flow on a Sunday, and it's fished really well. Like, not as good as it was this time last year, but very well by anywhere else's standards this week.
Yeah, there was when I went over there. I stopped and had a look. It was gin clear, but a real nice. It was trickling off nicely.
Yeah, so that's. I mean, you could probably describe what they're actually doing. It'd be nice for someone maybe from middle level to tell us what they're actually doing and how it all works.
Yeah, I don't. I was trying to, because they had cranes on the bank, but the banks looked pristine. So I wonder if they're scooping up the silt and dropping it on the barge on the drain, and the cranes on the bank are then scooping it off the barge and putting it on tractors or something, or trailers. They must be getting rid of it somehow.
I'm not sure if it's. So what they plan to do with March is basically have this big suction thing on the pontoon, and then that was all going to be piped, and then go to into a sediment field. So it's all pumped into a field that they've set aside to carry all the silt. But obviously the middle level's too big a venue to do that. So how they're doing that like that, I don't know. But they're moving quick. They're doing it quick. You think that?
I couldn't say. The crane didn't seem to be moving when I stopped, so I couldn't work out what was going on. But you can't see deposits on the fields. So I don't know.
I'm not building the banks up high with it then.
Although I'm not saying they're not. I just said I can't see it. But mate, I need to have another drive over and have a look.
Yeah.
But it was interesting. Now I'm just wondering, because I'm a bit concerned that I don't think we realise how diminished the fish stocks are. Because March is an anomaly, but you go out of the area, there's nothing. And I just wonder if it's the cormorants are really smashing into these silverfish more than we think. And there's not much left apart from big bream and the fish that take refuge in the towns. It's really weird. It's just, I don't know. I'm doing some research at the minute, which I can talk about more at a later date. But starting to have a look about on the boat with the tech, and there's not a lot to find. But yeah, it's nice that they're doing the dredging on the level. The old Bedford needs dredging. Oh, look at that! Sort of getting phone calls. The old Bedford needs dredging. That's
big time. Yeah.
But yeah, that's virtually silted up.
Bennick needs dredging.
Bennett needs dredging.
Bennick is about that deep now.
North Level needs dredging.
Yeah, that's a different system, that is.
But where else they used to fish?
Well, it's like they all need a bit of a sort out, don't they?
Yeah.
16 foot does. That's silted up a lot. 20 foot has.
And I heard of a fish kill actually on Morton's Lean.
Oh right.
Yeah. One of the guys I know who's a local angler said he reported it to the Environment Agency that it was floodwater coming off the land.
Yeah.
Fish were gasping. I don't know how bad it got, but they just said it was okay. They were going to push it through. It was going to dissipate, but I don't know if that caused a disaster or not, because we hear about things, but
we only hear what we're allowed to hear, don't we?
Yeah. But that was about a month and a half ago now, so it's all a bit worrying. Right. Shall we see what we've got from our contributors?
Oh, you're going to put it in now?
I'm going to put it in now.
Not earlier?
No, now.
Now?
Drop it in now.
Drop it in now.
Drop it now. Drop it
Right.
now. Now.
Hi there, Richard Chave here, back to speak about the next round. So it's round 5. There's only the 4th round we fished. I spoke about the practice match last time. It was on the Kent-Avon Canal between Sevington and Moulton Drive, around the sort of Bradford, Trowbridge area. Fished fairly well. First on the day was Andy Ottaway. Right, you might remember Andy won the match at Newbridge with a rogue carp. Well, he's done it again. Not a carp, actually. He's had a nice roach, about 14 ounces, he said. He's weighed £11 1.5. He's been on B section up at Sevington. Just waded way through lots of little fish and caught the odd better one on maggot and castor and pinky over ground bait. So he's had a nice day's fishing. Second he was Preston Innovations Thatchers. There's a bit of a theme coming here. Martin Barrett, second, Preston Innovations Thatchers. He was in the next section to Andy. He was in A section at Sevington. Martin's had a few big perch, as always, for Martin. And he's had some skimmers and a few bits and pieces. And based on maggot and red maggot and worm, he's weighed £9.4. Third was James Carty. James is in my section down at the Beehive at Bradford and Avon, if you know it. There's a great big marina mouth that opens up. It's like a flyer, probably the best, we would joke, it's the best peg on the K&A Canal. But there's a boat in the way this week, so they moved the peg slightly. So James is like on his own. I joked to him at the start that I'll have to sort of shout up or ring him when it's a start, but I realised he's probably in this wrong. He's so far away. He's probably in the wrong time zone. He was like miles away. He was on his own pleasure fishing. He's had a bit of a nightmare actually. First of all, broken number 6 section, just horrible. But it's come together in the end. He's had he's weighed £9.1, come third. Fourth place, so he's broke these Preston Innovations rot. It's Mark Treasure, the captain of Darwin Golden League. He's been next to the winner up at Sevington. Mark's had £8.12. Going back to Thatcher's, Matt Challenger. He's a tackle dealer from Bristol, so obviously he's well off as well as the Shake of Pidley. Matt's been down at the Clay Pit, which is in Moulton Drive. He's weighed £9. No, yeah, he's weighed £9. No, he hasn't. What an idiot! He's weighed £7.9. Can't read my own writing here. Again, a similar sort of skimmer as roach. A nice day's fishing. And then last but not least was our own Mad Gary Etheridge. People know Gary, know what I'm on about. He's had a nightmare. He's been in the end peg at Wadden, really nice peg, really fancy it. Been double boated by the biggest boat in the world, one of the big sort of wide beam jobs that come up, and then one passed and another one passed in front of him. So he was catching before that. He had a bream and he was catching the skimmers. He just basically wiped it out for an hour, which is one of the hazards of canal fishing. And then he's lost his favourite pole float. He's got a Preston Sumo 4x12 with a yellow, sort of light orange top. He kept explaining to me, I've lost it. You know, it's probably 30 years old, been passed down for generations. But so Alex, if you've got any Preston Sumos kicking around his shop, I mean, Gary would be grateful for him. Gary's weighed in £7.9. No, he hasn't. Don't know what he's weighed in. £7 something or other. I've read Matt's weight, but yeah, Gary was on his way to a win and he was boated. So there you go. On the day then, so Thatcher's had 4 of the top 6. They've pissed it, or they won. Had 32 points out of was it 40? So yeah, we were second. Garbly and Battleville at last. We've had a result. We had 28 points. Darwin Golden League 23. Devizes on their own water, well, ish, had 19 and Tasman had 18. What else have I written down here? Oh yeah, so league on the day. So after 4 rounds on round, it now lies Thatcher's on 7, Darwin Golden League on 10, Devizes on 11. We got Garbly and Blackville got 14 and Tasman are 18. So that was the match. That was the 5th or stroke 4th round.
Hi guys, welcome 2 weeks 4 and 5. As you can probably tell, I'm not in the UK. I'm on holiday. It's not all rosy. I've only ended up with a 2 bob bits, but that's for another story. Right, so week 4 was at Crook and Apley Bridge, which was hard to say the least. But winning it on the day was Carl Lowe, with fishing for Saints with a weight of 10.35. In second place was Peter Keenan, fishing for Liverpool with a weight of 7.15.4. Big Sean Wharton come third, fishing for England with 7.60. And Steve Doolan come fourth, fishing for Census Northwest with 7.4 dead. Paul Holding was 5th, fishing for Liverpool with 6.15.0. And Jeff Sturrett, fishing for the Extras, come 6th with 6-13-12. So, teams on the day. Well, we went from 0 to hero. Well, I'll put it that way. So, coming last was Nitro with a score of 94. Trackash Rochdale in 10th with 76. Unbelievably, Drennan Northwest come 9th with a score of 66. Then Matrix Lee Tackle and Bait with a score of 64. Wigan Match Group with a score of 63 come 7th. The Extras come 6th with a score of 57. Census Northwest come 5th with a score of 53. Ingley come 4th with a score of 50. Liverpool come 3rd with a score of 49. Colmake Northwest come 2nd with a score of 46. And Saints won it on the day with a score of 42. So, special awards for that day. So I've got a special one for knob of the match, which goes to a good friend of mine, Roger Gardon. So out of 110 people, I pegged it, and out of 110 people, he was the only person to moan about the pegging. So he gets Bell End at week for that week. Chip Shop Awards. Well, that's sure. You got battered. You got battered. Not only did you get battered, you got beat off Alan Barnes off next peg. So Juanita, you need to pull your socks up, lad. I think that's killed his individual for that one. Who else? Paul Hughes redeemed himself. Jack Honori redeemed himself. He come back with a good score. That's all I can. There was only them two what was noticeable, really. On to week 5. So obviously I weren't here for week 5. So this was at Piggery Bridge. So I can't really report much on this. Because I obviously weren't there. But winning it on the day was Dean Turner from Drennan Northwest with a super weight of £17.10. In second was John Edwards fishing for Ingley with £10.12. Third was Little Wayne Kearney fishing for Tricast Rochdale with a weight of 10.84. In fourth was John Easton fishing for Liverpool with 10.60. Fifth, Lottle Trafford fishing for Matrix Lee Tackle and Bait with 9.11. And in sixth was Darren Taylor fishing for Saints with 8.14. I can't believe my music started now and I'm decided to do this. Unbelievable. Right, so teams on the day. In 11th place was the Extras with 96. 10th place was Nitro with 83. Colmake Northwest in 9th with a score of 76. Tricast Rochdale with a score of 60 in 8th. In 7th was Census Northwest with 58 points. 6th was Ingley with 57 points. In 5th was Saints with 56 points. 4th, coming back up again, was Drennan Northwest with a score of 49. 3rd, Liverpool with a score of 45. 2nd, Matrix Lee Tackle and Bait with a score of 41. And winning it on the day was Wigan Match Group. Well done, lads, with a score of 40. Super points that today. So, like I said, the only one chip shop award will go to Jason Lee fishing for our team because he blanked. So, it is what it is, isn't it? Oh my God.
Again, you're at it. Pervin, all you bloody know is perv.
I'm not a pervert. I knew her from off Canal at Wigan.
Yeah,
I did. I knew her off Canal at Wigan. I've not only ever got shits, I've now got wife moaning at me. Over and out, that's it.
Okay, I've been chucked out in a conservatory because Debs is trying to get tea on. So I'm rushing to for 7 o'clock. But yeah, anyway, we're on round 6 now. But actually, this 5th match was fished. Fished during Stormbird. You know, we all know about that. Pissed it down, winds like horrendous, and we all went fishing still. Or the captains had a little meeting at the start and they all decreed because we're already there, we might as well do it anyway. Anyway, it was fished on the Kennet Naven Canal at Devizes, or their water between Honey Street and Allington. and his weight fished really well actually. Winner on the day was A.D. McTiffin, A.D. McMuffin, we call him. He drew the end peg at Honey Street Wharf, so he was next to the bridge really in the car park. He's had some nice sort of roach and perch first off on the maggot and caster and stuff, and he's topped it up with 4 reasonable bream, sort of £3 sort of fish. And he's weighed £18.1, really nice weight on the canal this time of year. Second was Mick Gale, a fellow Tottenham fan. We obviously have a chat about it. We always grumble, but this weekend we're quite happy because they stuffed City 4-0 after losing to Ipswich. And then we went away to City, thought we could get hammered, but all wells with the Tottenham fans this week, and all's well with Mick. He's had 14-12. He's been the other side of the bridge at Honey Street. So in reality, he was next to the winner, but they were miles apart. I chatted to him. He said he went on the inside. Down the middle on maggot and pinky, and he's caught like some reasonable roach, real nice sort of fish to sort of 6-8 ounces. Had a go on caster, had a few skimmers, and just carried on as it went on really. He's had 14-12. In third place, the next section along, this is the section I was in, so had another framer in my section. Kev Rolls, he was on the end peg. There's a big gap between Mick's section and this one. He's had 13-13. Kev knows what he's doing up there. He's won loads of stuff on the canal. He just fishes whips. He fishes a 5-metre whip, body down float, Olivet. Really sort of very sort of individual how he does it. And he's caught tons of fish. He's had a 2.5-pound bream, a big hybrid, some big roach, sort of 12 ounces. And he's weighed 13-13 on sort of maggot and pinky and a few on caster. He's done really well. So fourth place, Andy Ottaway. We've heard his name a few times this year. Won the second match, won the third match, or the third and the fourth match. Unfortunately, poor Andy's only come fourth this week. So he's still topping up the money though. So he's had 13-5. He's been next to Mick. So he's been in this first section through the bridge. That section fished fairly well. There was a 14... 3 13s, and then my poor mate Mad Gary had £6 and was last, so he would have been chip shop if he wasn't on the end peg, or the wrong end as it all turned out. But Andy's had 13-5, had some reasonable fish again, similar to what Mick had, but obviously never at the start. Fourth place, Dan McDonald. Sorry, Andy fished for Preston Innovation as Thatcher's. Dan McDonald's a Census Devices. He's had 13-5. In fact, I don't actually know where he was fishing, but he's had 30 similar. It'd be similar fish. It won't be anything different than roach and perch and skimmers, really. And in sixth place, Troy Weaver, great name that, isn't it, Troy? He's been at Honey Street in the section of all the double figures apart from Gary. He's had £13 exactly. Again, sort of similar fish, big roach, skimmers, just nice fishing. So teams on the day then. So going down to sort of one match left, or this is would have been the final match. Talisman have been runners up or been losing everything up so far. Actually won the match. So fair play to them. Well done, Talisman. They had a picture in the pub afterwards. They've had 27 points. It's really tight. Devices had 26. In third place, Derby Gordon League on 25. Thatchers, who pissed last round, come at 24, and who were second last round, had 19. So not particularly well good at all. So this is really good leading into the last match, which is now the reserve date. That's next week. We're still having some internal wrangles about where it's going to be fished. It was planned for the Gloucester Canal. I don't think many people want to go up there, although it won't be flooded, so that's not a bad thing. And it runs like this. The league is Thatchers on 11, so they could still win it, obviously. Darwin Gorgon League and Devices both on 13. They could all win it, to be honest, the way it's going this year. But equally, we're looking at 2 places for the visit to the Fens. And my lot, Garbellino, Blackmore Vale and Matrix are both on 19. We can't do anything but apart from take the money on the day. But that's there we go. So yeah, good weekend for Spurs fans. Unfortunately, Arsenal won as well. But that's the way it goes. And obviously, we all managed to get through Stormbert, and we had some good fishing. So I'll chuck the pictures up of the fish. Obviously, I'm more wrapped up than Martin is. He looks a bit warmer than where we are down here. So anyway, so ta-ta for now, everyone, and I'll tell you about the last match next week.
Right, as normal, guys, thank you for that. Like we said at the beginning, I'm sure there's something humorous that we haven't seen yet, but we'll talk about it next week. Lord knows what they're up to. Let's talk about your local match scene, which is soon going to be my local match scene, which I forgot about.
You still ain't booked in yet?
I sent Cheesy a message 2 weeks ago.
Did you not reply?
No.
Oh.
I must be in.
Well, we've got to be.
This is the Christmas Open. I'm just checking.
You've bought all this cheese all year to bumlick him, so you must be able to get in, surely.
Oh.
Huh?
Bob Fitzjohn. You've seen it? 13th of November.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah. I'm sure he'll book you in.
I'm sure I must be in. So we need to actually talk about that because
There's a subject I want to talk about, right?
I need some gear.
As match anglers, right? What is people's perceptions, right? Because some people are called liars, like they always lie about their weight. But a lot of anglers always underestimate their weights deliberately so they don't look like a clown. That's my opinion. I might be wrong. I mean, people message in and see what they think. Some people, when are weighing on, say at Piddly, they're within £3 and they're unbelievably good and they're like whatever. And then some people have got names like Honest Adam. Well, really, he's the most dishonest Adam when it comes to getting his weights than anyone. And it's all part of the banter and sort of the not mind games and things like that in fishing. So when it comes to fishing, are anglers in match fishing always underestimating what they got? Do you think that is like a unsort of written rule that everyone sort of always underestimates because no one wants to look like a clown?
Well, you always do.
What?
Underestimate.
Yeah, but then people say, "Oh, you're a liar," but you're not. You just don't want to look like a clown.
That's not lying, is it? Because you don't know how much they weigh.
Anyway, what I'm getting at is how can someone draw next to someone, right?
Oh, this is leading somewhere, isn't it?
Draw next to someone, and they're only about just there, like next to someone. After the match, tell them that they've beaten that guy, and he's caught 3 fish to his 1 all day, right? Pull his net out at the end, weigh £18, and the guy that he reckoned he beat weighs £35. I'm not mentioning no names.
Well, you've been battered, mate.
Right.
If a person's doubled your
So,
weight. I'm sure this will unravel as we go through the match results.
yeah, well, I'm just saying.
Yeah, of course it will. And I should imagine this person was next to you by the sounds of things.
No, he wasn't.
Oh,
no,
right.
No.
Oh.
No, he was next to the winner of the match.
Was
so-
he? Oh, right. Okay, which I'm sure we'll talk about in a minute. But going back to the more important thing that I was on about,
Sorry, yeah.
I have got no gear.
Yeah, that's all right. I've got plenty of gear you can buy.
What about rigs? I think we need guys to say.
Yeah, I think we should. I think Andy Wilding, the Peterborough Mole, should make you some rigs. He loves
He
tying
did
rigs.
offer to take me for a practice session.
Did he?
Yeah,
Good old boy.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
But what did you say? No, because I can still hear.
I felt like replying and say, if I need to go practicing with you guys, I must be really shit.
Oh,
That was a joke.
I have you know they've done very well this year.
Joke. I know. I was saying to him that as long as I can fish to hand, I'll be all right. Not as in going to win anything,
Yeah, yeah.
but just I feel comfortable.
Yeah.
If I was shipping a pole back, I'm going to be in all sorts of trouble because it's more coordination that I haven't done for a very long time, and fish are going to come off as I'm shipping back, and it's going to get stuck in the bushes, and it's just going to frustrate me. So, yeah, I think I need to actually
You need to have a practice.
have a practice. So,
Or maybe ask Bob, your mate. Oh, love you, Bob.
well, I don't want to win.
Oh,
If I'm under his tutelage, it would be too easy.
John Taylor, he's here enough.
John Taylor.
He'd teach you how to throw a ball in and fish a 3 gram rig.
I saw he won a game somewhere on the Saturday, was it?
Yeah.
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 He gets there, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's about.
He never watches the podcast.
Apparently not. No.
No.
Too much banter.
Too much banter.
Too much banter.
Oh, too much
Yeah,
banter.
too much.
Yeah.
Damn.
But I think gear-wise, I can steal enough gear off you, can I?
Yeah.
Just rigs. I think it'd be
Yeah.
quite funny. So Moley needs to do me a couple of rigs. Who else is good at making rigs? What about Andre Agassi?
Oh, but he's got the right rigs for the job.
He
hasn't
has, yeah. So
You
he's
know,
good. He's got
He's
light
got
rigs.
the real light rigs,
Yeah.
you know, and knows where to fish in his peg.
Yeah.
You know.
What about Polly? Haven't heard from him. Has he?
He's back in reality. He's back from somewhere hot. He rang me today, actually.
Did his Facebook page get cloned or something?
Don't know.
I got a message off him last week wishing me a happy birthday.
Oh, right. Well, he does like a drink or two.
It wasn't my birthday.
Yeah, I know, but it won't matter if he's drunk.
Well, it wasn't my birthday month. In
It's not
fact,
that rosé polish.
probably about 5-6 months out. It was like,
Well,
what's
you
going
never
on?
know.
What's going on? But
Could be that bored, likes to go. Happy birthday, Andy. You never know.
I thought, has his account been hacked? Is this someone's trying to?
Yeah.
So I didn't know. Oh, how funny! Right, so come on, guys, we need some rigs,
Yeah. What else do you need?
some maggots.
What about keep net? Do you need keep net?
I've got to keep that.
Maggots. Pinkies.
Oh, ground bait.
Yeah.
Do that from you.
Yeah.
I need a seat box.
I reckon there's a guy at Peterborough makes his own ground bait.
What's
I
that?
reckon you should give it a go and try it.
Do the Peterborough team know him?
Yeah, he fishes in the Peterborough team.
Hey, if I do really well, maybe I can get sponsored by him.
Maybe that's the ground bait they're all using.
So is it 10 people, 10 angler sections that Cheesy does?
I think he does in the Christmas match. That's 15th of December, by the way. So
I'm going to try and
everyone that thinks it's 22nd, it's not. It's now the 15th.
Gonna
It's moved
film it.
forward a week.
and I'm going to find all the 9 anglers in my section.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and just go, are you worried? I've only got to beat one of them.
One.
I just want to come 9th. If I can come 9th out of 10th in my section, there's one poor soul that's going to be on film forever that he lost to a guy who hasn't picked up a pole.
God, imagine if you had Moley one side of you and Chris Daniels the other, and you beat them both.
Can you imagine if I just drew lucky?
They'd go into hiding, wouldn't they?
Can you imagine the matter? Yeah. Be funny, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
So-
it would be funny. Yeah.
It's Bob needs to make sure I get a really kind draw. I can fish to hand and somewhere where it's stacked.
What normally happens is you draw outside your house or something like that. It's like,
Missed on the water.
yeah.
Size 4.
The only angler
Floating
not
crust.
to win the March Open this year is Andy Payne off Mist Underwater.
Can you imagine the pressure? I could buckle.
I tell you what, it's getting that way that if you draw that peg and don't win the match, it's proper pressure.
Gav didn't, did he?
No, he didn't actually. No, but I mean the Culverts won the match the last 2 weeks. So.
Has it?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, let's get on to it then.
Yeah. So we'll do the other match results first.
Oh, and I've got Derek's message as well. Yeah.
Brilliant. While you're doing that, while you find that, I'll do the.
Yeah.
So Ramsey has been tough to say the least. There's a small pocket of fish near the early peg numbers at Ramsey St Marys. They had a midweek match last Wednesday, and David Stills, the better looking of the two brothers, had £10 dead, and runner up was Ivan with £8 1, and then Colgate with £7 3. So a few fish, but once you get past 6 or 7, don't happen. Then Sunday, they went to Ramsey Narrows. So bearing in mind this time of year, normally that venue has been brilliant. Normally there's skimmers, it's lovely fishing, it's normally a bit deeper. Well, it's silted up now, and there's no fish. There haven't been. Even the tench don't seem to be feeding like they used to.
That's because they're not there.
Ivan won it with a massive 4.5 ounces.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, Keith Raymond 2.5 ounces, and also Duncan Folks 2.5 ounces. So it hasn't been great for them. They're finding it tough, and again they have to keep resorting back to Ramsey St Marys because that's the only place where they've got a few fish, which is a sad state of affairs. Because normally Ramsey is full of fish all over. Factory Bank. I mean, yeah, we say the same old things every week for the last 3 or 4 years. So such a shame. Then you've got the Saturday crew. So the Saturday crew and the Tuesday crew are pretty much the same, similar anglers with a few mixed in. This Saturday just gone, they fished Whittlesey Dyke, or what we know as the sable pegs on Whittlesey Dyke. And it fished really well. John Taylor, 118.
Drawbag.
Yep, M-peg.
He has to be the ultimate drawbag, doesn't he?
There's a few in contention.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think because he goes fishing so much, it looks like it's a drawbag. If you know what I mean.
Does he ever sleep?
No, he doesn't. No.
He must have his bait on like mail order.
What I want to know is he always has bait out of the freezer, but he fishes every day, so it can't be in the freezer long, can it?
No.
No.
He likes his old Sensors ground bait. He keeps talking about the same ground bait.
Yeah.
Is he sponsored by Sensors?
I'm going to call him Copy and Paste from now on. Yeah. Yeah, obviously through the Sensor Smart One team, yeah. Yeah. So John Taylor won it with a massive £20 4 ounce, which is the best weight. It's probably more weight than they've had all series put together.
How many fish was
Saturday
that?
crew.
That must have been thousands.
Well, I think he had 280 in the first 10 minutes.
Did he?
And then it all went downhill from there. Runner-up was Mark Chester's £17 3, and then Andy Lawrence £16 3.
I think they are good weights.
Yeah, so hopefully there'll be good weights this Sunday because we've got a section there from the Wintley practice, so we'll see. The Saturday before was the Frank Bevaka Memorial, which is a bit of a special match because Frank was a character to say the least. There's plenty of prizes and donations and things, and the winner this year was Mark Williams with £11.7. So they were at Poplar Tree, and he drew MPEG. I think he had like 2 bream and a tench or 2 tench and a bream, something like that, for £11.7. Mark Chester was runners up again with £4 and 8 ounces, and then 118 John Taylor £2.5 for third. So tough match, but great cause and a great match. The Tuesday Club. So last Tuesday they were at the Carrot Wash. Mel Saggers 9.10, Windmill Steve 8.10. Obviously left his corner at home this week, and then Arthur Small and £7.9. So the weights were down, but obviously the last time they fished Carrot Wash, the weights were biblical, weren't they?
That's right, yeah.
They were like
yeah.
silly weights. So that's going to be expected. A bit further afield, so the last match of the series for the Whole Beach boys, so we won't see no results for them for a while. Big Fish Kilby, or Concrete Kilby, or Big Red Maggot Kilby, £24.10. Well done, Andrew. Runner-up was Chris Newton, £21.4, and then Gary Boxall, £19 dead. So good weights there.
Was that on the Holland?
That was on the Holland at Foreman's Bridge.
That must have been bream.
No, that's all bits and pieces, skimmers and roach.
Was it
and
really?
perch. Yeah, lovely day. Really lovely day. And that's about it for our other clubs, if you know what I mean. So have you got the Wainfleet Mute?
I have. Spilsby AA. This was the 17th of November.
Yeah.
On the Wednesday, they had Winter Match Round 1 series. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I think the weights on a Wednesday are always a bit better because they get a bit more room, I think.
Well, there was 22 of them. It was a total weight of £99.
Ooh.
Average of £4.5 per angler. Look, you get a whole very accurate breakdown. So
Really?
first was Mick. These are the same names. First was Mick Stamp on £8.7.
Well done,
Second
Stamper.
was Dave Dean on £7.6, and third was Derek Skinner with £7.4.5.
Nice.
Fourth was Kev Wilson with £6.12.5. So
Nice.
pretty good weights
I
there.
don't think that's a Wednesday match. I think that's a Sunday.
Wednesday the 17th of November.
Oh, I thought that's a Sunday match. I
Anyway,
doubt Stampy would be there on a Wednesday. He'd be delivering the post.
so this is the... it must have been the Sunday. You're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, I thought so.
Alex is on the ball because this is the following Wednesday the 20th.
Mm.
Yeah. Mate,
So it weren't very accurate, that
no.
thing was it? Had the wrong date.
Wrong date. No flies on you, is there? Right, so this is the following Wednesday. I'm impressed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Now, things got a bit tough.
Well, like everywhere did, it went freezing cold, didn't it?
Yeah.
The high pressure went proper high.
Yeah,
and
so
the
This is a
fish went.
complete change. Dave Ashmore was first with £4.9.
Mhm.
Second was Ray Lavender with... No, that's a lie. Second was Rob McGough. Might have said his surname wrong then. I do apologise. With £3.4.5. And third was Ray Lavender with £2.6. So, whew, the weights really crashed. And Derek's put down it was a bitterly cold day. And it was at summer levels due to rain and snow. Ooh. But that's good that they're getting out there.
Yep.
This Sunday's match was cancelled. And he says it looks like Wednesday's match will be as well. But this will come out on the Wednesday, so it's too late to let you know.
We've been quite lucky with the weather around here.
We've missed it.
Oh my God, we've been lucky. Sunday, we'll come on to that, but We've been so lucky. Flooding everywhere. One of our anglers, poor old Kev Green, never got home.
It's
on
been
Sunday night.
it's been really
Could
isolated.
not get anywhere near his village. Unbelievable.
Crazy. Yeah, it's been, like you said at the beginning, it's really strange weather. But I drove over through Huntingdon today, and the rivers were all burst the bank, the Ouse. But it doesn't take much, does it?
No, it's designed to there, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's designed to.
But yeah, it's been. And I thought we haven't had that much rain, but I suppose in areas we have had. And there we go. Right, should we get on to
So we've
the
had
saga?
obviously we've had a couple of weeks of winter leagues. We've had the practice match last week, which was all at March, and Steve Spooner had £37.8. He had a terrible day with the leaves. He said.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, terrible.
Drew the
Felt
culvert,
for you, mate.
and
Really
those leaves
did.
really
Yeah.
hampered him.
Oh, bless you. £37.8. Runner-up was Drawbag, Gavin Butler, £32.11.
Didn't win off mist. On the
Well,
water.
he wasn't on the mist under the water peg. He was on mist underwater, but not what I would say is the best peg. £32.11. Lovely day's fishing. Then we had Chris Daniels, photo shot. Daniels.
Your best mate.
Yep. 25.12.
Yep.
Then it was Bob Bates, 25.10. Then it was Steve Baker, 25.2. And then I think Moretti, Epicenter Moretti had £25. There's quite a lot of £20. Basically, the further you got away from the town, the worse it got. Personally, I drew 4 pegs below the bypass bridge, which I don't rate that peg at all in my... Is it
designed for a left or right hander?
Whatever, really. You could sit where you want on that peg. There's a sit there, and then like bright sunshine.
I've read some anglers complaining about their peg hampering them because it was designed for a left or right hander.
Oh yes, I remember now.
Yeah. Nothing escapes our attention.
Well, there we are. You see. Be careful what you wish for. Eh? And so my personal match was grim. I had
But your float went under.
Yeah, there was a big cheer at about 2 minutes past 10. And everyone started laughing. I don't know why. But yeah, I drew a section that's very predictable. The pegs near the bridge catch lots of fish, and then everyone catches just shy of nothing.
Oh, you were this side of the bypass, weren't you?
Yeah. So
how the fish the other side of the bypass gone?
I don't know what's happened. There's no rudd anywhere in the whole system. No one can catch one. So I don't know where the hell they've gone.
They've gone to foxes.
What? The whole lot?
No, you just crap.
Right,
You wait till the
okay.
15th, mate. When Paige gets on them.
Righto.
Yeah.
On the size 10 and bread flake.
Size 4.
On that lift method.
No,
Try a swing tip
off the
by
top,
there.
mate. Off the top.
Oh, right, yeah.
Won't even use. Won't use any weight on the line. Just a bit of bread crust.
Yeah, whatever. And so yeah, it was pretty tough up there. I had £5.5, which was mostly in the last 2 hours, maybe. Small fish. The fish were showing signs of pressure already, which means there's not a lot of fish there, which is a shame. There doesn't seem to be nowhere near the amount of fish.
You said that when I went to see her last week in the shop, didn't you?
Yeah,
that you felt.
it feels fragile, to say the least. I don't think the fishing is going to be as good this year as it was last year, but I can't see it, really. I mean, last year was a phenomenal, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So, yeah, everything's a little bit more stressed and the conditions are against us and stuff. So, yeah, I caught some fish. I was happy. Third in my section with £5.5 or whatever it was. Never going to beat the 2 pegs up there. They had 11 and £10. So, yeah, went back and thought, meh. And then this week, obviously, was round 5. And this round's always a big round in the grand scheme of things. The league's always really, really tight. There's no sort of runaway. No one runs away with it. It's just the way this league always has been. And all at March, you know, we've got a really good set of anglers for most venues and especially March. draw come out, and I didn't really fancy it as a team draw. There was better draws available on the day, put it that way, definitely. So we said, we just got to do what you do. We had a meeting on Thursday and said, look, there's anglers going to be in their sections where the best they're going to do is like fourth. Not going to beat pegs. But it fished better. There was fish to be caught, so it made it a fairer match. It wasn't as peggy. It wasn't like as gimme as it was the week before, where certain pegs and ends and stuff like that. It was a lot better fishing. I think there was just one section that wasn't one with £10, which was the section furthest away near the turning bay, and £6.13 won that section. So it's still a running theme. There's less fish that way. The match was won off the culvert peg again. Steve Baker, which is a lad that's fishing in our select team. He's not really done much natural venue fishing for a long time, and he's had a phenomenal year, really. He's been drawing really well, catching plenty of fish. So well done, Steve. He had 30, what did he have? £35.12, something like that. Then runner-up in the match from Mist Underwater was James Collison. No, it wasn't. Said that wrong. Runner-up in the match was Drawbag himself.
John Taylor?
No, he wasn't there. He drew this same peg last year and had like nearly £60 of pommies, and he's drawn it again in the same match. Dave Rao. He's very consistent on the drains, and he's had £34. Was that you?
Ghost.
It must have been you.
No?
Right. Then was James Collison from Mist Underwater. I think he had £33. Then there was quite a few £30 weights. So leading that was Gav Butler from the first peg below Wigston's Bridge with £30.13. Then there was a £30.10 Neil Adcock. James Dracklett was first one out with £30.4. There was two 29s in James's section in D. Like the good sections, which are normally, your fifth, sixth in the section, sort of 26, £27. So the fish switched on this week. The low number section was one with £15, and then the next section along, which is the Narrows, which a lot of people don't like. It can be a bit grim there. Gary Miller won that with he had £20, I think Gary Miller had, and then there was a 19, couple of 18, so good fishing. Then I was sort of the allotment style. I was to the right of that. I won that section with £26, and most people caught between £20 and £26, so it was quite a fair section. There was a £23 one the next section along, so that's from pretty much near the windmill and the willow section. Then the weight sort of went down a little bit, but then still like £18 or £17 a winning section. So it was like nearly normal March. Not as good as last year, but that's phenomenal fishing, really. So that was good. Teams on the day. So winners with 26 points was Diver Tackle and Baits. Runners up were Census Hot. I was going to say Browning then. Census Hot Rods with 37. Third spot was Stan J with 39. Fourth was Maver Bait Tech, Vodafone, Peterborough. Peterborough. Then fifth place was Mark 1 White with 47. Sixth place was Matrix Image with 49. Then Tackle and Bait Select 53, and then Mark 1 Black 69. So close. We had a good score on the day, but it was very tight between the next three teams, as it always is. When you get someone sort of run away with it, the next sort of is real tight. So good match. So that leaves the league going into the last round with Dara Tackle and Baits on 10, Census Hot Rods 11, Peterborough, Vodafone, whatever you want to call them, Aldi, Lidl's, Tesco's, Harry Ramsden, 14, Stan J 20, Matrix Image 22, and then I think it goes Tackle and Bait Select, Mark 1 White, Mark 1 Black. So all very tight going into the last
It
round.
is, yeah.
Obviously, 3 teams qualify for the Winter League final from our league. So yeah, still plenty to fish for the last round. What I haven't mentioned is Chip Shop Awards.
No, you haven't. I was waiting for this.
So last week
There's going to be some casualties.
the Chip Shop Award went to Matthew Barker.
Oh, I never thought you were going to mention him.
No. Well, bless him. Yeah, he got Chip Shop. So Matthew Barker, well done. Statistically, we haven't seen this awards yet, but I think statistically he could be right up there. Mr. Statman himself.
He's been chip shopped a lot.
Well,
And he's
it
got
happens to the best, mate.
he's got a t-shirt already.
Oh, he's got plenty.
He's
Yeah.
got plenty, yeah.
Yeah. So that was last week's, and then this week's. So I've had a quick look through yesterday and looked at it and this and all that, but there's quite a few. So we'll start with sort of B section. Steve Goodrum. I've noticed every time he's got an angler either side of him, he's been chip shop this year. Just saying.
There's a theme here.
Yeah. Well, the whole of Peterborough could have got chip shop awards this week, to
That
be
was
fair.
the theme.
Apart from a few. And then we had Andy Mead got chip shopping again. We had Pete Vasey got chip shopping again. Andy Levers got a proper chip shopping again. Who else got chip shopping? Paul Borden nearly got a chip shopping. That would have been good. He was in my section, old super crack himself. Who else got a chip shopping? Oh, Danny Grimsey got a chip shopping again.
It's nice to see you chirpy.
Yeah.
Obviously,
yeah.
catching a fish is cheering
You
you
might
up.
not see these boys because they've caught nothing, so they might, oh, I'm not going now.
I haven't had any pictures this
It's
week.
funny that, isn't
It
it?
is funny, yeah.
Yeah.
No photoshopping, nothing.
No. All quiet, are they?
Yeah, very, yeah.
Poor old Paul Wright got a chip shopping. Another Peterborough guy. Means he nearly got a chip shopping. Matt Page didn't because he didn't fish this week. Steve Spooner got a chip shopping. But I think, who should we give it to? Who should we give it to this week? Matt Barker didn't get chip shopping, I don't think. I don't even look now because it's a bit harsh. It's a bit like Gavin Wright. He got chip shopping. Yeah, Gavin Wright. He likes to estimate his fish.
I was going to say, yeah.
I've got to be careful what I say here because these things might happen, but I will never, ever, ever say I've got more than I actually have. So, who should we give it to then? Who do you think? I mean, poor old Meady, he's had 2 or 3 chip shoppings already. I want to give it to Steve Goodrum again.
Oh, yeah.
Because
yeah.
he's the team captain of
I think he's the silent leader of all this as well.
He is, yeah. He's like the little. He's like the puppet master, isn't he?
Yeah. He's
Muppet master. Oh, sorry.
He wants it back at Ferry Meadows, doesn't he, with his aggressive feeding.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what he likes, yeah.
aggressive. Steve's not aggressive, is he?
His aggressive feeding.
No. So yeah, I'm going to give it to Steve Goodrum again.
Oh, how many T-shirts have we got left?
They're all massive sizes. That's the problem that I've got left. So
Just doesn't matter. Yeah. They can wear them over.
there's one left with a certain person's name on it, but
Oh,
it's
you're
just
waiting.
waiting. Yeah, it's just waiting.
You're waiting.
I think he knows who it is.
Oh, that's fabulous. Right. Before we go, we'll tell you about next
Yeah.
2 weeks' time, if all goes to plan. Alex, do you want to tell everybody where we're going?
Yeah, so we're going to a bit of an invitation for a factory tour of Dynamite baits. So that'll be good. Obviously, they do tons and tons of boilies, pellets, ground baits, the lot. So that'll be good to go and see that.
It will. They do the tinned stuff as well, do you reckon?
Yeah, hemp and snails.
Yeah.
Frenzied hemp, so that's all there. It's a bit like factory tour, how
Yeah.
it's made type thing. Also, they've got some new rods on the horizon. some rods that a lot of anglers that probably watch it or listen to this podcast will probably remember greatly and wish that they were still about. So we're having a look at some new Normark rods, which microlights, Avengers, Titans. So yeah, hopefully we'll be able to have a bit of footage from that, and I'm sure you guys will be interested in that. And obviously your Rapala side for the lure.
Yeah, we'll have a look at that. Be cool. Yeah, so we get a bit of lure footage, which we might stick into the other podcast. We might do a bit of overlapping. So we're getting quite a bit of content that we can drop in over the next few weeks. But we definitely want to do one factory tour, and also getting the maestro on himself, the boy band member.
Martin Green.
Yeah, Martin
He's
Green.
loving it. They're 8 points clear at the top.
Did they win
Liverpool.
yesterday?
Yeah, only just, yeah. But they got a big week ahead, and they got Real Madrid and Man City Sunday, and then
Yeah, we need him to slip up, but he's loving life at the minute.
Yeah.
So we'll get Greeny on as well. It'd be good. Cool. Right. So is it the final round of the Winter League?
So this Sunday is practice match, which is here, there, and everywhere, as it always is. But it's every year is more and more difficult to find some fish, and then. So the following Sunday is the last round. So
And
the next podcast we will have the
Is that earlier than it seems to be earlier?
No,
than
it's
normal?
not. It's not. It's same as last year.
God, it just feels like it's. With the weather's been that mild, it doesn't feel like it's winter.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't feel like Christmas, does it?
Not
Around
at
the
all.
corner.
No. Well, good luck to all the teams. You guys are 1 point clear, so
Yeah, all to play for last round.
yeah, we'll see what happens. Right, catch us then, and we'll find out results from the East Mids Winter League, which would be cool. And hopefully, we've done the tour of the factory as well.
Hopefully, yeah.
Right, see you all in a couple of weeks.
See ya.